So I'm sure you, as well as most individuals that are engaged in health assessment, have been closely following the Inflation Reduction Act in the United States, and it certainly has introduced a sea change in terms of price negotiations between the pharmaceutical industry and the U.S. government, with waves that are reaching well beyond just the top 10 therapeutics that they identified to the full therapeutic area, as well as well beyond our U.S. borders. I am interested in your opinion on the US IRA and how it may or may not affect global HTA decisions.
Yeah. So that's a great question. And as a non-resident of the US, I feel like I can't comment too much on the IRA for the US market. I think for those of us engaged in HTA internationally, the really interesting question is, how are you going to decide the price? Because for us in the UK, as many people will know, we use cost effectiveness analysis. It wasn't chosen by mistake. We had to think really carefully about, we're a taxpayer funded population, and therefore any expenditure on health is going to need to be covered by raising taxes if it's not really opportunity cost neutral. So that was what our whole kind of mindset was around, is that we needed to create a method that was opportunity cost neutral for the health and care system, and therefore for the taxpayer. So I think that's the first thing that's going to be really interesting to see, is what's that guiding principle? For us, it was opportunity cost neutral for the taxpayer and the health and care system. What's that guiding principle that guides their choice of method? And then the implementation of the method of coming up with a price. For us, we've got a really healthy and challenging but constructive relationship with our national payer, where we're independent, we're transparent, we're rigorous, we make a decision, and then we kind of, the price negotiation has got some medicines, the national payer can do additional price negotiations on. And actually having those two parties that are independent with some constructive friction between them is actually really helpful. So that's the other that will be interesting to see, is CMS is obviously both the assessor and the payer. So how are they going to kind of create that necessary tension? And then the last thing, for all of us people who love methods, is just what method are they going to use? It's going to be really interesting to see how they balance patient perspective, quality and length of life, etc., in a community that is not, that doesn't favor the quality, basically.